Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. Today I'm going to talk to you about a very old and traditional method or a routine which you can follow to speak English fluently and confidently. Yes, this is a very old and traditional method. You can call it old school as well, but I have grown up doing this and I still follow this. And after doing a lot of research, I still feel that this is the best method or best routine to follow every day to practice English speaking. And it works like wonders. It is magic. So today I'm going to talk about this routine which you can follow every single day, at least for 30 days, to speak English fluently and confidently. And trust me on this, 30 days is more than enough for you to start speaking in English with this method. That's a guarantee. So guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. Let's begin now. So we all have used a number of methods. We tried different methods, different techniques, different routines so that we can start speaking in English as early as possible or as quickly as possible. Or when we see an advertisement stating that you can learn English in 10 days or 1 week or 15 days or 30 days, we all start looking at it and we start believing in it that I can also speak English in 15 days or 30 days or a week. Right? We all get inspired, we all get carried away with those advertisements and we start feeling that it's very easy to do it. But there's a catch. Everybody is different. Everybody's grasping power is different. Understanding is different. Skills are different. So we can't compare two individuals. I might have started speaking English fluently and confidently after 2 years. Somebody else must have taken 6 months to speak English fluently and confidently. It doesn't mean that I was dumb and that person is very smart. No, it's all about what resources you had, what kind of practice you did, what approach you had. There are lots of things which matters. What environment you had, right? The environment, the facilities, the resources, everything matters a lot. Your mental ability, everything matters. So first and the foremost thing we have to do is we have to take this out of our mind that I'm going to learn this language in 15 days or 20 days or 30 days or a year. Okay. We have to set a target. We should set a realistic target and we should not think about the end result. We should start thinking about what we need to do every single day. So we have to come up with a routine every single day and we need to see that if we are able to follow that every day or not. So consistency is very important. So for the first thing is we have to come up with a study routine or a study plan for every single day. We have to fix a date, fix a time, day, everything, and we should start doing it as per our schedule. So once you start following a schedule, it will be much easier for you to start practicing English speaking or start speaking in English after certain period of time. Okay, which depends upon you, how you are, how much time you are giving and what efforts you are putting in, what kind of resources you have and what kind of environment you are into and what is your study plan. Everything matters. Okay, so the first thing you have to keep in mind or you have to do is come up with a study plan or a routine. Set up a calendar. Come up with a calendar, a physical calendar or a digital calendar or online calendar, whichever is convenient for you. Okay, note it down like every day half an hour I'm going to dedicate to English speaking or English learning or English language. Okay, put up a time there. Like Monday to Friday at 4 o'clock, 4 to 5, I'm going to dedicate to English language or English speaking or English practice, whatever. Okay, so come up with this and adhere to this. Start following this routine every single day. The next step is you have to see what you are going to do in that half an hour or 1 hour duration. If 4 to 5 you have fixed for English practice or English language, what all things you are going to do in this duration, that you have to come up with. But beforehand, not at 4 o'clock you sit there and start, brainstorming that what I have to do today. Don't do that, guys, please. Come up with a routine for a week beforehand and start doing it and start following it every single day. So on a Saturday or a Sunday, you can come up with a routine for the whole week. You can write it down, what all activities you are going to do, what all practice sessions you are going to do, what all things you are going to include in that duration. Okay, and to make your task easier, I am going to talk about one simple routine which you can follow every single day to start speaking in English fluently and confidently. This is a very old school method. This is a very simple method and we have been following this since long. But it is really helpful. It is worth it, guys. Trust me. And the simple technique is called, or simple routine is read, write and speak. Yes. Now, in schools, we used to do was we used to read, we used to write the question and answer, right? And we didn't speak much. That was the thing which was missing. Teachers used to come and teach us. We used to listen to them. They used to talk to us in English. We used to listen to them, but we didn't get much time to interact or, speak. And when there was time to speak also, the people who were a little more smarter than at least me used to go and speak. So I never got a chance to go and speak, or I didn't even dare to go and speak about anything whenever I got a chance, because I was not very confident and fluent in English. So that was missing. So here we have to make sure read, write and speak. Everything should be in proportion or right proportion. How to do this? Very simply, what you can do is you can just come up with a routine for a week. You can break it down into read, write and speak, 3 sections. In the read section, you can take up any activity, any reading activity. Okay, whether it is a book, a storybook, or a magazine, or a science fiction, or a novel, or any article, or any blog, or any newspaper, etc., etc. There are lots of things which you can read. Yes? Do you agree with me? So every single day, not to make it very monotonous or boring, you can come up with a different reading exercise, right? Someday you can read a blog, someday you can read a magazine, someday you can read a autobiography, someday you can read a novel, someday you can read some article, news article, some sports article, whatever your interest is. There are lots of things you can read, but you have to read it out loud. Loudly you have to read it out. Okay, so this will be a speaking practice for you, or a reading practice, or a learning practice to understand the words, the vocabulary, the pronunciation, the intonation, the rhythm, everything else. So this will be a practice session for you to understand the language basically, or to get familiar with English as a language. Okay, so start doing it for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Read a paragraph only for 5 minutes probably, if you don't have time. Okay, read a paragraph. Come up with short stories. There are lots of short story books available in the market, guys. I have a lot for my kid, and I read it to her every single day. And those are very interesting. Take up those. It's not expensive as well. And if you don't want to put in any money, you can just take out stories online. Check out stories online, or any article, or any magazine, anything. You can check online and you can just start reading it out loud. Right? So start doing this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and speak it out loud. Pronounce every single word clearly. Okay, and you find any difficulty in any word, you don't know how to pronounce it, just check it on Google, the pronunciations. Basically, check the pronunciation and then speak. That is very important. And in the same way, if you find out some words which you don't know, which you feel that this is something which I don't understand, or you're not able to relate to it with the context, write it down. Or immediately, if you are reading it online, you can just check its meaning then and there, right? Or write it down or simultaneously check the meaning of that word so that you know the word better and you understand the word then and there. Okay, this will help you to know the vocabulary, pronunciation, speech will be clear, and you will know the sentence construction also, how the sentence is constructed. Okay, so this is the advantage of reading out loud. And this is the first process or first step you can follow every single day in your daily routine. So read out loud first. The second is writing. Writing is very important, guys. I still write down, and trust me on this, it does work like magic for me. If I write down something, it gets difficult for me to forget it. I am able to recall it whenever I need that. So that is very important. So that is why I always prefer, if I want to keep something in mind, I start writing it. Whether it is in the form of a pointer or an idea or whatever, it doesn't need to be in sentences also. If you want to jot down some ideas also, that works. At least it works for me. I give a lot of presentations. I prepare a lot of presentations, and on all my presentations, I write pointers only. And I explain it on the spot. So I have been trained in this way. I have been doing this in this way, and I know how to do it. So if you start training yourself in this way, it will be very helpful for you, and later also you'll get used to with this process, and it will help you a lot in remembering, in recalling, and talking to people and speaking in English. Okay, so what you do is, by writing, I don't mean that you have to write everything in detail. It's not necessary. You can just put down your ideas also there, so that when you speak about it, you will be able to recall things. You'll be able to speak about it. Okay, now what to write? That is a question. So simply, what I would suggest here is, whatever you have read, an article or a magazine or a novel or an autobiography or a sports news, whatever you have read, just take another 5 to 10 minutes to recall everything in your mind and jot down the ideas or pointers or probably a sentence, just to keep that in mind. So you can either come up with a summary of it, or you can come up with ideas or pointers which will help you to recall the whole thing easily. Whatever makes sense to you, whatever you are comfortable with, whatever works for you. Okay, so start writing it down. Pointers or ideas work for me. So whenever I read or listen to anything, any piece of information or anything I read or listen to, after that immediately I jot down the ideas so that I don't forget. I know what they have spoken about. So main ideas I jot down, or in the form of pointers. So you can also do that. You can either summarize it. If you are interested in writing or improving your writing, you can just start writing it down. It will benefit you guys. That is also going to help you, right, in framing sentences and understanding the sentence construction and speaking better English. So it is of no harm. It is useful. So you can summarize it, or you can use pointers, or just jot down the ideas. So this is how you can write or practice writing about what you have read now. You can do it for anything. If any topic, any idea came to your mind, you can just start writing about it to collect the ideas before speaking. So you can do that. So if you are in the habit of collecting the pointers or jotting down the ideas or summarizing something, it will be very easy for you to have a conversation with people. When you're listening to somebody, you will catch the main ideas, you will collect the main ideas, and you know what the person has spoken about and what you should say next. Right? So this is why this practice is very much essential or very much important to be a part of your daily routine. It will help you later in speaking with people or having a conversation with people or communicating with people. Right? So this is the next step. Third one is speak. Now speak as usual, we know what speak means. Practice English speaking. Right? Now in the same way, what you can do, now you have read that article, you have jotted down all the ideas, or you have summarized that article in your own words by writing. Now the third step and very important step is you have to speak about it. Right? Now you will be able to connect the dots. You have listened to it or read it. You have written about it. Now you know everything about it. It's just that you have to speak on that. Now by writing, it has become much easier for you to save those ideas in your brain or retain those ideas in your brain to speak about it. Now when you have the information, when you know what to talk about it, it will be definitely much easier for you to speak on that topic. But since you're not used to speaking, it will be little difficult in the beginning to collect your ideas and organize it and speak in the right way. But since you have written down the ideas, the pointers, and you have summarized everything, you know where to start from, what should be the content and how to end it, it will be easier for you to speak. So look at your material and look at the ideas, what you have written down, and take those ideas and start explaining them. Start speaking on those ideas or pointers. And if you have summarized also, try to recall what you have summarized. Since you have written everything in detail or written everything down sentence by sentence, it will be much easier for you to speak on it. So try without looking at it. And if you find it difficult to speak, look at the paper, look at what you have written, the summary what you have written, speak once. And then try to, next time, what you can do is try to speak without looking at the paper or wherever you have written. Okay, so start practicing in this way. Don't do it once. Try practicing speaking at least 3 times and see if your speech is improving or not. So take some time to collect the ideas, look at the pointers, think about it, and then speak on it. Okay, so take some time, organize your ideas and thoughts, and while speaking, you can switch on your video camera and record it so that you know what improvement you have to do in the next time. Again, when you've shot the second video, again see if you have made any improvement or not and what more improvement is needed so that you can correct that in the third time. So again, shoot the video for the third time and see what progress you have made. If you are making progress, if you are correcting it, well and good. If you are not doing it, try working on that area which you feel is not great or which needs improvement. So start doing this, start practicing in this way, read, write, speak. You will see a lot of difference in just 30 days for sure. But take it seriously, be consistent, follow a routine, a pattern, and you will definitely see a lot of difference in your speech, in your confidence and fluency. Okay, and get into the habit of doing this or following this routine every single day or every time when you are reading something. Try to follow this routine, read, write, and speak. I do it every single day when I go out. Also, if I have a conversation with people or I read any book or magazine also, instantly, I start recalling everything. When I finished reading that newspaper or that piece of information, I recall everything what I've just read. And nowadays things are so easy. I take out my mobile, I just type it on my notepad what all ideas were there. If I liked something very much, I just jot down all the ideas and I recall everything so that it gets into my memory. I retain everything in my memory, and next time when it is needed, I can just speak on that. Right? Because I have to give a lot of examples, I have to follow a lot of research also, so that it helps people like you who wants to speak English fluently and confidently. So that is why I have to be very alert and very present every time. So whenever I see any article, anything which is really interesting, which really I feel it will work for people like you, I just jot it down and I recall it so that it stays in my memory, and next time when I'm speaking about it, I can just give that example as well. So start following this routine and get in the habit of following this routine. It will really help you a lot in your life as well, in your professional life, in your career, in your personal life, everywhere it's going to help you. Trust me on this. And it will help you to become more and more confident and fluent in speaking in English also, because you have enough knowledge, you have enough material to speak on. Right? You will know, you know things, and when you know things well, it's much easier for us to talk about it or talk on that topic. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.